Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Geek Addicts, the pop culture podcast. Where I almost said the wrong name of the podcast starting before. I am Bill. This is Matt. How you doing, Matt?
Oh, I'm doing just great. It's a crappy day today. It's very wet and chilly.
Yeah, I've literally woke up this morning and I've been watching races all day because it's the greatest day in racing today.
Oh,
Um,
is it?
yeah, Indy 500, Coke 600. Um, F1 decided to do a Canada race instead of the Monaco GP, and no one understands why, but that's fine. They think they're better than us. Um,
All right.
anyways, yeah, so I've been watching races all morning, just being lazy, not really doing much.
I
Um,
gotcha.
I ran an Ethernet cable from upstairs, like up behind my bookcases, like down this. It was an ordeal, but I
Hmm.
got it done, and hopefully it's working. Because if you're probably not going to hear this until the GNC episodes come out, but I was very upset during those GNC episodes.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Although speaking of GNC episodes, I happened to listen to the most recent episode. Um,
Oh, me being just tortured for like an hour and a half.
I found it very amusing, because Cindy also um, the Twilight movies are her guilty pleasure. So every now and then she'll just binge through the whole movies, and like I catch little bits and pieces. Like I know in the episode Alex mentioned the scene when she went into labor, which she just like her back just broke.
And the
She showed
discuss
me that scene 'cause she was watching it the other day, and it was
and
yeah, it was weird. It
in
was
the
weird.
disgusting CGI baby.
I didn't see the baby.
It's bad. Alex showed me a picture of it. I was like, "What is that?"
I did see the whole sentence. You imprinted on my baby.
Yeah, it was bad.
She's such a bad actor.
Pattison's the only person in that movie that really went on to do anything. So, as far as
It
I
makes
know,
sense why he has so much disdain for the movie series. Just like
I love that I guessed half
this
of
is
those
what people
questions.
remember me for.
Yeah, I love that I guessed half of those goddamn questions and got them right. So I
No
guessed them
kidding.
purely on the fact that I'm like, this sounds ridiculous. It has to be the right answer.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading. Not as much gaming, mostly reading. Um.
Same.
And I finished Wonder Woman Earth One.
Nice.
Um. I liked it. I thought it was a perfectly fine self-contained story. Um. I think I might have liked it more than All Star Superman as far as like Grant Morrison stuff. Um.
It's definitely one of their more interesting works. I find this is probably a hot take. I find All Star Superman a little overrated at times. It's a great story, but there are better Superman stories. I don't agree with the whole "it's the greatest Superman story" comment that I see a lot because I'm like, no, it's not. There has been much better ones.
Well, that was the reason I got because there was a few different Supermans to choose from out of the compacts, and the reason I chose that one was because a lot of the people I was seeing online were saying that like that was one of the best ones. I was like, okay, I'll just get
That
that
one's
one.
also probably the easiest one to read as a standalone because Birthright is an origin that's technically not canon anymore. Um, Arguably, sometimes it's hard to tell.
I mean,
Um,
maybe it's confused. It's confused if you know nothing about Superman, it's confusing as shit because there's clearly a lot of lore there.
well, the thing is, they change Superman's origin has changed so many times, and then like All Star was kind of like a throwback to Silver Age, but also had some modern elements to a
Hmm.
degree. It uses a characterization of Clark that I don't really like, where Clark is kind of the disguise and Superman's the real person. I don't like that
Hmm.
depiction. I prefer the Clark's who he is and Superman's what he does depiction that
Yeah,
most comics use.
I mean that
Um,
makes more sense to me because he was sent to Earth as a baby. Like he's not a Kryptonian at heart; he's an Earthling at heart.
a lot of the Silver Age stuff, he was Clark was the bumbling disguise most of the time, so it was always that's kind of a more Silver Age like take like characterization than anything.
I don't even know if this is like a thing that they actually do in any of the comics, but I like the idea that Clark is like the clumsy, like bumbling, like for lack of a better word, fool. Not because he's putting on an act, but because he's so focused on holding back on his strength that he just like loses all other control of himself.
See, the problem is though
Just focus on not breaking everything around him to fucking pay attention to what he's doing.
The problem is that most depictions have him where he's just so good at control that there's no reason to do that.
Which with all the potential strength he has, it seems a little ridiculous that he has that much control.
It's also dependent on the writer, to be perfectly honest.
Fair.
Because sometimes the bumbling Clark... The problem is the bumbling Clark shtick doesn't even really work anymore now that Lois knows who he is. Because that's really the only person that matters. What else? Just no one really cares that much.
Yeah. But aside from that, I also read Batman Arkham Asylum.
It's a good read. Another Grant story.
Yes. The art in that was really intriguing. Like I was actually showing it to Cindy because it seems like exactly the kind of art that would be right up her alley. Where it's like
that
you
was
really
written...
get a good look at anyone in that. Like,
would you believe that was written in the 80s?
Oh, for sure.
100%. Like the art was done in the 80s. Like, it's crazy how good that book looks even today.
Yeah, and the story itself is just so like how it keeps going back and forth between Batman being stuck in Arkham, and then we're also getting like the diary entries of the guy who founded it. And that dude was fucked.
Yeah.
He should have been in an asylum, not making one. There's a reason the Arkham Asylum is as fucked up as it is.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because when you think about DC lore, if you really think about it, Superman could clean up the Earth in like a day if he really wanted to, but he doesn't because he has respect for everyone else. And like the only reason Gotham's a shithole is just because that's just how Batman keeps it. To be perfectly honest.
Well, there's only so much he could do with his fancy toys.
I mean, if he wanted, he could bring in like the Justice League and they could clean that city up in like a day.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
But no,
he's just too busy training 13-year-olds to beat up bad guys.
I mean, yeah, he's got a one of them went out of his way to become his sidekick. So
yeah, either way,
that's why everyone likes Tim Drake, because he wasn't the normal Robin until they made him basically just like every other Robin and ruined his character. But that's besides the point.
But I also read Static Up All Night, which is the standalone graphic novel for young adults, and that one was a fun one. It was like a weird like combination of like current Static and the cartoon. It's like it couldn't decide which end it wanted to go on, so it was just kind of its own thing. Because a lot of things that were set up in the cartoon are active there, but then it also like showed like a brief like this is how I became Static. Like it was like only like a single page just kind of explaining the situation. And it showed the BLM protest. So it's like the origin is like it happened with the Static season 1 storyline, but Richie is Gear. Like he's got like his superhero outfit thing that he had from the cartoon and all that stuff going on. So it's like a weird combination between the two. But it's a fun story.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we know what Static's origin is currently. I think we gotta wait till he appears in Titans pretty soon. So we'll get a full...
Do they not get into it in the Dakota incident?
I still haven't read enough of it to know. But I also don't know Static lore that much, so I've kind of like...
Fair.
I don't know. He seems to be more tied to his original Milestone character.
I
don't really know. I'll have to find out when I get around to it.
When you said that to me, I was fucking pumped for like a good couple of days. I was like, shit, like I would have to start getting the previous issues of that run so that I could like get the build up to it.
I will say you probably only have to start with the New Titans era because everything before that is a completely different team.
Because they're the omnibus of like there's like 5 I think issues before that one where he's going to be put in, or there's a trade of that coming out later in the year. So I'm just going to get that one.
It's going to be a little while because we haven't even got the finishing of the previous Titans yet. Because they're still working their way through all the DCKO stuff.
Yeah.
Because then they restructured Titans Which I'm kind of 50-50 on. I don't really like the new team that much. Mostly just because fucking they gave the shaft to like Donna and like all the characters I like again, which kind of
Mhm.
annoyed me. And Nightwing's just there for some reason at this point.
Well, that's the thing is there's more than one Titans team, isn't there? Like there's like an
No,
East Coast, West Coast Titans.
no, they haven't done that in a while.
No.
No, that hasn't been a thing in quite some time.
Oh well. Oh well.
Yeah,
But
Titan's lore is a fucking disaster. That is the best way to explain it because it is. Oh, like basically everything you learned from the TV series, like the Teen Titans show, ignore that because that was its own thing. Like,
oh yeah.
like
One thing I did find interesting though is so I finished the Flash series this week, so like I'm done with like the shared Arrowverse.
nice.
And it like I was kind of like surprised they did it at all in the very last episode of Flash, which is the very last episode of all the Arrowverse connected universe stuff. They make a reference to Dwayne McDuffie. The first and only time they reference anything milestone related.
Odd. In that
It's
show,
like at that point, it's like why even bother? Like,
just in that show, it's just odd. Unless I don't know, that is weird.
also in the Static Up All Night comic, there's a statue of Mayor McDuffie.
Oh, nice.
Apparently, he was in the universe. He was the mayor of Dakota, which is fun. I like when they do stuff like that.
For me, I've been reading. So I've finished pre Flashpoint Flash up to. So I finished reading the Bart run. It was bad. It literally ends with Bart dying. I was like, oh, that's great.
It's like get him out of here.
they kill him off so they can just move on and bring Wally back. Then I read the brief like Wally return run, which is like him with his kids, which was fun. It's a good Mark Waid story. There's a really great savage moment from Wally that I was sharing around where it was the league is like confronting him about the kids and how like they wanted to work together, and Wally, because he's so fucking sleep deprived, thinks they're trying to take his kids away from him. And he like Batman tries to lecture him and he straight up is like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna take this from you, the guy who's already been through 4 fucking Robins.
Yeah.
And the entire room just goes like that look like, did he just say
savage?
that?
Did he really just talk to Batman that way? Yikes.
See, Wally doesn't. You gotta remember, Wally's from a different generation of heroes, so like he doesn't have the same respect in the same way that like Barry would have. There is a lot of moments throughout the later Flash run where Wally and Batman are kind of like snippy with each other. You also gotta remember though, Wally's best friend is Dick Grayson, so
makes sense. But yeah, after I finished reading Up All Night, I started reading the second Dungeon Crawler Carl book.
Nice.
Which is interesting. It's interesting, I'll say that much. Especially when it started getting into like the different like races and classes that the characters could choose to be. For instance, the cat chose her class to be former child actor.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are some interesting benefits to that. They get into a lot of weird stuff, and I'm looking forward to when he starts like really interacting with a lot more other players throughout the books, just to see like what other characters choose and such. Like, because there's like literally thousands of options. They just don't list them all. So that'll be interesting. I know we were talking about covering the graphic novel at some point in the future. So
as soon as
I'm looking
money and time.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing what you think, because I'm not totally sure it's going to be your speed, but I'm still curious to see what you think of the graphic novel version.
Yeah, I'll have to look forward as soon as I have the time. I got a lot of bills this month, and I was like, oh, this is going to be one of those months.
Oh, I'm right with you there. It's probably gonna be like that for a while for us, because we need to start looking to buy a new car again.
Jeez.
Yep. Because our car is just that bad.
That sucks.
Yep. No good. No good.
Um,
But oh
yeah, I
well.
think I think the only other thing I read was after the that Wally run that I finally read Flash Rebirth again. Yeah, it's a book. It's a book, all right.
Sure is. Sure is.
It's fine. It's a fine story. I just have inherent problems with them bringing Barry back, but that's whatever. Um,
Hmm.
and then I read the following run that Jeff Johns did with Barry after that. The one that it was him and Francis Manipul drew the really beautiful watercolor art.
Oh,
Um,
with the rogues and such.
yeah, with the rogues from the future showing up, and then like the
Hmm.
weird murder plot, and then Wally and the gang shows up for like one panel.
Yeah.
Like, um, and it was basically a lead up to Flashpoint because I got right to the end where he runs back in time, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a break from this because I really don't want to read Flashpoint right now because I don't want to start. I'm kind of putting off starting the New 52 stuff because I don't want to
Yeah,
do that right now.
that's
Um,
fair.
like I have to get through that so I can get to the Williamson run, so I can then read that and then get to the Adams run where Wally's back as the main Flash and be like happy again.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
When I finish the second Dungeon Crawler Carl book, I'm planning on starting the first of the Milestone Compendiums.
nice.
Start rolling through that whole thing.
I've kind of been in the mood. I want to read the old like the I think it was like 2005 ish, the old Superman Batman crossover book.
Hmm.
I have all the compendiums of that. Well, not compendiums, the trades of that. So I really want to reread that one. That is a classic series from back in the day.
Nice. Um,
Um,
so yeah, since I finished the Arrowverse stuff, I I'm kind of doing like a back and forth thing. Like I'll watch a little bit of one and then a little bit of other, but I'm flip flopping between Black Clover and Young Justice.
Young Justice is interesting. It's it's nothing like the comic one, Young Justice, but it's an interesting take on it. I will say.
Hmm. I mean, it seems fun so far. I'm enjoying it.
As a
And
standalone, yeah.
yeah, and I haven't gotten super far in Black Clover. I'm like 20 episodes in. Um, I'm going like based on like because I looked up like a list of like the arcs, like how many episodes each one is, and I basically decided like I'm gonna like stop at the end of like an arc, like around the point of like what would be like a normal length season, like 20 to 26 episodes.
Yeah.
Um, and then like I'll do that back and forth as I go. Like I'll do that, and then I'll watch a season of Young Justice, and then I'll go back to Black Clover and just do that. So that way, I'm not just only doing one type of show. You know, mix
I
it up a little
gotcha.
bit.
Nice. Yeah, I got to go back and rewatch Young Justice. I watched it like I don't think I got to like the third season. I only watched the initial two before it got canceled for a while and then
Yeah,
brought
and then
back.
then it became a Max original. Again, it came back in like 2019 or something.
Well, it was a Netflix show for a while. Then it was a Max original for a while. Then they went back to Netflix streaming.
Sorry.
Streaming.
I think it's also on Tubi right now.
That's good to know because goddamn DC shows come and go like the wind on fucking Max these days.
No kidding. No
Um,
kidding.
so, do you want to do anime awards before we cover the anime we've watched recently, or do you want to do that anime we've watched recently first?
Um, let's get Oshinoko out of the way.
Okay. Do you want to just get the lighthearted stuff out of the way first before before we do Yoshinoko?
Yeah, I could do that.
So, vending machine, they have cars now.
Yeah, I
Great.
totally forgot about car bending machines. You've been seeing those commercials for a while now, and it just completely slipped my mind.
I
That's a
knew
thing.
about them and I just forgot. I didn't even think that would be an option. And then, sure enough, they have a car now.
Which
And I'm
actually,
like,
come to think of it, like because they always do like, oh my, the giant ice vending machine is like the biggest one, and when I just like drop on enemies like that. But the car vending machines are like literally just like parking garages. So couldn't he
kind
just
of.
turn into one of those and just crush everything into dust?
Yeah, but then there'd be no attempt at a plot. Like,
the plot is the problem with this show.
I know.
Also, they just like did away with the whole like, oh yeah, we left the love the Netherlord doesn't trust us anymore, so we're back with you guys again.
Oh yeah.
What,
So
what was the point of that whole thing if you're just
nothing.
gonna do that?
There was no point. The show is dumb. Oh my god. I'm so over it. But I'm just like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna force my way through it. Like the second they got the car, I was like, great.
It was like,
And then they
okay,
gotta-
so we're just doing away with any sort of like, yeah, okay.
I'm like, oh, they went back to thinking, oh, they're like, oh, people don't like the series. Let's go back to being stupid and funny. I'm like, it's too late, guys. It's
Yeah,
too fucking late.
You already lost.
So yeah, that happened. Did you watch the new Slime?
When did it come out? Because when I was looking on Friday, it wasn't one.
I think it came out Saturday.
Oh, okay. Then no, I haven't watched it.
Okay. Interesting stuff's happening. That's all I'll say there.
Okay.
All right.
Very nice.
Let's talk Oshinoko because, oh boy.
Yeah, a lot happened in this episode.
Anvils were dropped.
Yeah,
And
many of them.
If you thought you
In
knew
some
where
cases, pushed.
we'll get to that. So if you thought you had an idea of where the plot was going up to this point, you didn't. You didn't at all.
No.
Because I have no
No.
idea. Holy shit. So this episode is great. It starts with Ruby disowns Aqua as her brother.
Yeah, she
That's
basically
right.
says you're dead to me, which is like, oh, okay, that's nice.
And then Aqua doesn't do anything better because then the owner of the Strawberry Productions shows up and she's like, I always thought we were like a family. And he's like, I don't fucking care. And just walks away.
Pretty
I'm
much.
like what a dick. Like, come on, man.
Well, I think he's at a point now where he's like, okay, I'm full in on this revenge thing, and I'm not planning on surviving by the end of it. So
Yeah, that's
he's
very
pretty
clear.
much he's pretty much cutting ties and trying to set things up so that everybody else will be okay.
Yeah, and then we
Yeah.
get that little Kana interlude where she's all like, it's weird. That story is just completely gone. Because now it's
Funny
all
how that happened.
it's all this other stuff. It's almost like it never happened at all.
Mhm.
But we do get that interesting little character moment between her and Aqua where she's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this for them, but I really don't want to be a fucking idol. I just want to be an actress.
Yeah.
Which I thought was the most in character Kana's been since like episode 1, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like the first time I'm like, oh yeah, this is why people like her. Because she's been unlikable as fuck for most of the rest of the series.
Yeah, for the most part. But this is gonna be the point where they're like gonna try and make her more likable and make it make more sense for like her and Aqua to be a thing. It's like, come on, we already had the perfect person.
Well, they're not even going to do that because Aqua don't give a fuck. Like he's done. He's done with relationships at this point.
Oh, for sure.
Um,
But they're
So then
still
we
gonna
get-
dangle that,
I don't know,
They always do.
but then we get this. So we get this whole like he goes and confronts his the owner of the studio that ran away again, and he's all
It's a similar reaction to Ruby.
yeah, except Aqua doesn't give a shit about him in the slightest, and Aqua's like, yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah. Well, the dude's like freaking out on him the whole time, like the same way Ruby was, but he's being more aggressive about it because he's like dedicated his whole fucking life to this thing. And he's like, yeah, I found the dude. I found him. I know who he is.
He's dedicated his whole life to this, and then Aqua fucking figured it out in like a week.
Yeah, the
He's like,
16-year-old's like, I figured it out. I know where he lives. I know his name. I know where he takes shit. And
know
I've been planning this revenge plot since I was 4.
yeah, which is I think the main reason why he was like so hell bent on keeping Akane away from her, away from this whole thing, because as much as he's cutting things, you can tell he does care about her still.
Mhm. Oh, for sure, 100%.
Um,
Well, again, I think the whole like, not necessarily the whole reason, but I think the push that he needed was seeing her get pushed, and that was the point where he was like, "All right, we're done. This is happening."
yeah. Just rethinking something real quick because I didn't go back to check. Was the guy that accidentally pushed her? Was that the dad? Or is that just some rando?
I didn't check.
I
But
think it was just a rando.
if it was him, he was wearing a wig and a hoodie. So it
Okay.
was because I'm pretty
Probably
sure
it.
he had black hair.
Okay, yeah, okay. It was probably something. It was probably a rando then. Paid
Or
off.
it was, yeah, I was gonna say, or somebody he paid to do
Yeah.
something like that.
Okay. Because I remember thinking like because of the reveal at the end of this episode, I was wondering, I'm like, was it that guy? I was like, nah, it wasn't.
No, because Aqua would have noticed. Wig or no wig, he would have noticed.
Probably. Oh yeah,
He's too
the
smart.
eyes too. The eyes too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have that whole thing, and then we get an interesting cut I wasn't expecting, where we cut back to that director from like the start of from episode 1.
Yeah.
And he does like a whole recap where we go back, we get like an eye recap. I didn't think we were gonna get an eye recap ever again, to be honest.
Well, no, we're gonna take a step further and get a documentary and a movie out of it.
Well, it was interesting because we actually got like a flashback, like to like I when she was still alive, and I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, I didn't think her actress was gonna get to do anything the rest of the series.
Yeah, right.
Which was interesting because it was kind of nice seeing her again. Especially the whole like especially that whole like interviews part where like he basically goes like, look, if you're not going to be genuine, I'm not going to do this. And she's like, people aren't going to like the genuine me. And he's like, that's fine. This is for them to see. And they go right into the whole thing.
I'm really looking forward to seeing, because I know we're going to end up seeing like at least parts of that interview. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that plays out.
Yeah. Well, because we know that she's a very complicated character that we still have not gotten the full story behind at this point.
Yeah, because I mean, the most time we spent with her was in the first episode.
Yeah, and she was faking it most of that. Because we only saw glimpses of the real her near the end when she died in that little video that she made for them after.
But yeah, so the movie.
Well, so they talk about the movie, like Aqua meets up with the director and they're trying to get it pitched. And of course they go down the list. Like they're like, how this is going to be way too difficult to produce. Like there's no way anyone would ever pick it up. And he's like, oh yeah, well, what about if I told you I was the son? And he basically just goes, yeah, well, I have all of this right here that proves it.
Yeah, it was like, well, I'm her son, and also I wrote half the script.
Yeah. And then we
also,
get basically,
I'll star in it.
Because then we get like the whole who's who cast. It's like, well, then who's we gonna get to star this? He's like, I'm gonna just go down this list of all these fucking characters from the series all of a sudden.
Yep.
Because it's literally
who was it? What they were pitching it to? Was it the La 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 guy?
I think so.
That's what I thought.
I believe so. Because they're going down, and it's like we got Ruby, Kana, Akane, that weird green chick that from that like episode that we haven't thought about in like fucking forever.
The half brother.
Yes. And then and me, Aqua.
Yep.
And then it's like, but who are we gonna get to star as I? And it's like, oh, we gotta get like a big name actress that people will recognize. And then they cut to this whole thing. And then it immediately cuts to that actress at a bar basically bitching about being put in this movie.
Yeah.
With her drinking buddy that's conspicuous, very sinister.
Conspicuously blonde.
And sinister.
His hair is pulled back, so you can't fully tell who he is.
Yeah, and you never see his eyes. But he basically is all like he's just like, oh, that's interesting, cool. And she's like, you know what? I'm going fucking mountaineering. And he's like, you should be really careful. I hear people have accidents out there. You gotta watch your back. And then it just cuts to him going, watch your back in like this echo. Yeah. And then it just cuts to this forest setting. And then she's fucking dead.
Yeah, it's the stinger at the end of season 2 that we've all been wondering about for a while.
Yeah. And it just cuts to him there being like, I told you to watch your back. And then we find out really quickly.
You're a murderer thing.
Yeah. And then we just find out, oh yeah, this guy's not just a fucking psycho. He's like mentally not there. Like, cause he's all like, oh no, I've done it again. Darn. Just like, this guy's literally insane.
But he's also like getting off on it.
Yeah. Like, holy shit.
But like at the same, so obviously like now that I've had time to sit on it for, I've actually thought about it. Like I know that this is probably just exactly what it looks like. But when I first saw it, I was thinking like, what if that scene wasn't something that actually happened, but actually a scene from the movie?
Him being there makes it difficult.
Does it? Because what if it was Aqua playing him? And then they were playing out this scene, a recreation of his own death to get to the guy's head and to make him feel trapped. Like, oh God, he knows everything, including me being behind the death of the doctor. So I was thinking about that. I'm like, what if this is just like a bait and switch and this is actually a scene from the movie meant to draw him out and make him fuck up?
That is like really compelling. My only problem is like I just don't feel like Akka's that creative. He's really that creative about this.
I don't know. I mean, the concept itself is pretty fucking creative. So
It's creative, but we also know it was very well documented that Akka lost interest about halfway through and was just kind of fudging it the rest of the way.
we'll see. But like the way they're setting things, because we have 4 more episodes of the dub, right, to come.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to finish the series. I think there might be one more season.
Would it be a whole season, or do you think they just do a movie?
I
That would be the perfect bookend because the first episode was an hour and a half, and then just having a movie to cap it off.
See, the thing is, I have to look at the mangas because I think there's still a significant amount of manga left.
I don't see how you get that much more out of the series from where we're at right now. That's wild to me.
Well, the thing is, like, I think it's like 15 volumes, and I'm pretty sure this volume is like volume 10. So that's still like 5 volumes or whatever.
From where we left off right now,
It's around
the
there.
end of the season.
I have to look at the numbering again. There's still a good amount left,
All right.
especially for how the seasons have only really been covering like maybe like 3 to 4 volumes apart a piece. We'll have to see. I just don't. The way it's looking, I just don't see them finishing it in this 4 episode span.
I keep trying to talk to Cindy about it, but she keeps getting mad at me because she's like, I don't want to talk about it. I have to wait until Wednesday for another episode.
Yeah, it's
we were both like on the edge of our seats, like jaws on the floor, watching that episode. Like that was an intense one.
Yeah, because there's a lot to unpack there.
For real.
It makes season 2 seem very tame. I mean, at least the first half. Those last
those last few episodes, yeah,
they were a little rough.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, that's about all I've done for anime. I guess we can see our results for the anime awards.
Mm-hmm.
So let's bring these up real quick. All right. From Crunchyroll themselves, the Anime Awards 2026 winners of the Anime Awards full list. Okay, this is going to be okay, you can just scroll down. Perfect. Anime of the Year. Yeah, I think you called that one.
Yeah, it was pretty something. It was definitely going to be the case. I mean, there was no question. Final season of a show like this been going for 10 years.
Yeah, the Pocket Theory got robbed again, but it's fine. This is at least this one was deserving.
It made sense.
All right, so that's sure. My Hero, yeah. The ending was worth it, so I guess I'll give it that.
I still gotta watch the special.
The special is very good too. So I guess now Film of the Year. Yeah.
As expected.
I had no I had no stake in this because I only saw Chainsaw Man, so of course it was Demon Slayer.
I mean, I haven't seen Demon Slayer because they still refuse to put it on Crunchyroll yet, but
they can still make money off of people buying it on Amazon.
I really liked the Chainsaw Man movie though, so it's kind of a bummer that got the shaft.
Yeah, but Chainsaw Man is not nearly as accessible as Demon Slayer is, unfortunately.
True. Demon Slayer is much more universally accessible than Chainsaw Man is. So I understand why. It just
Yeah,
doesn't. It's just not as good in my opinion.
yeah. So that's expected. Best continuing series. That I
I called
call.
this one.
Yeah, and I still.
I told you never underestimate One Piece fans.
Yeah. I just didn't think this one was fair. This was not a fair
It's
category.
not. It shouldn't have even been on there because it's just not fair.
Uh, yeah, One Piece, of course.
Uh,
Moving on. Best new series. Yeah, I got that one.
Gachi Akata, of course.
I
It's
mean, I'm still calling the Crunchyroll bias. I did not think Fragrant Flower or Sakamoto Days was going to even get a chance because they're not Crunchyroll shows.
well, Fragrant Flower. Not as
It
many
wasn't going to
anime
get it.
fans watch romance shows, so it's
No.
the vast majority of anime viewers, at least over here, are watching shonen primarily. So anything that wasn't shonen was automatically going to have a handicap. So,
No. I figured this was going to win. I also just figured a lot of these weren't even going to get a chance because this was another heavily stacked category.
for sure.
One-sided, I should say.
For
All
sure.
right. Best original anime. Sure. I didn't watch it, but sure.
I did watch it. It was fine. It was perfectly fine.
This was another category I couldn't answer because I only saw Zenshu, and
Hmm.
then I thought Zenshu was just fine. Lazarus, though, sure. That Adult Swim logo throws me off, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It does. Yeah, it's an Adult Swim show. It's very strange.
All right. Best animation. Eh. I guess.
Yeah, that's a. I mean, honestly, this one was one that was tough to even like come close to really deciding on because, I mean, yeah, solo leveling, like the whole draw to solo leveling is the animation and the fight scenes and stuff.
I mean,
But
it is a very good looking show.
everything else on this list is all well. I mean, Taco Pizza Original Sin, it's all right. But
Yeah, that's the
like,
only one I don't really have any knowledge of.
but all the other ones, like My Hero, the final season, incredible animation. Don Dead season 2 was also incredible. Gachi Akata had like a really unique style to it, was very good. And then, One Piece, it had all the Gear 5 stuff, so obviously like that shit they go balls to the wall for.
Yeah, I guess
I'm pretty sure like half of Toei's budget goes into just the Gear 5 animations.
probably. I mean, this isn't an unworthy winner. This is probably the only thing. I mean, I don't know going forward, but this was probably one of the few things it was gonna win.
Yeah, if it wasn't gonna win Anime of the Year again, but I didn't
wasn't
think it
even
was going to
it wasn't
anyway.
even an option. So, yeah, I mean, it has the battle scenes are amazing, so I can give it that.
I'll say
A1
it.
does really
I'll
good
say
work.
fine. I don't think it should have won it, but sure.
This was one where it could have been whatever. So,
Yeah.
all right, best character designs.
Gachi
Eh,
Akata again.
I
Which
can't still haven't seen it, so I can't really say.
yeah, I think Gachi Akata definitely had it. Like the complexity of each character's individual look is just it's just too good. It's too good.
Yeah, yeah. Looking at the other shows, yeah, pretty much. I mean, Down to Down maybe.
Yeah. Dandan does have some good ones, although the most prominent new character we got in Dandan this past season was just a dude in his underwear. So
Yeah, but we also got like the Aaron Yeager dude running around, and
who's just a tubby guy wearing the most basic ass Japanese high school student uniform you'll ever see.
I thought it was fun.
No, he's a fun character. This is about character design, like the look.
Fair. I haven't seen it, so
So,
I can't comment. All right. Best director. Yeah, this was when I. Yay! Somebody won fucking for the Pocket Theory. Hell yeah.
this is interesting because all the nominees for best director were the directors for all the same shows that were nominated for best anime. So I thought whatever won best anime was going to win this, but I am surprised.
Yeah,
But yes, Apothecary does deserve to win some awards.
it won something. That's all that matters.
I mean, best director, that's not his best thing to win best anime.
I guess depends how much work, how involved the director is.
Hmm.
So best background art also got Yakuda.
I don't know how I feel about this one because the background in Gachi Akuda, I mean, there's a lot of interesting designs and stuff, but like the general setting is basically a dump. So it's just trash everywhere.
I think it's popularity bias more than anything.
I mean, it could be, but I mean, you could say the same for Apothecary or Dandadan or Hikaru, and they all have fucking gorgeous back. Honestly, I think Dandadan should have taken this one.
Either Dandadan or Apothecary, had some beautiful backdrops. They weren't as varied as Dandadan, but they were beautiful.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll take what I can get because Gachi Akuda definitely deserves awards, but I think Apothecary should have, or either Apothecary or Dandadan should have gotten this one.
Yeah. Moving on, now we get best romance. This one, honestly,
Fragrant Flower. I think this is what we both agreed was
well,
probably the most deserving.
I made the comment that it's the only one that's really a true romance in the end.
Yeah,
out of the ones I've seen, because I haven't seen a few.
I mean, I guess Dress Up Darling is the close second. I haven't seen what Honey Lemon Soda or Blue Box, so I can't speak on those ones.
Well, I know with Ranma, the romance doesn't happen for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dandadan and Ranma aren't even romance shows. Like Ranma's a comedy, and Dandadan is just like a shonen.
Ranma has a romance in it, but we haven't got there yet. We have not got there yet. That's near the latter half. There is a romance in Dandadan, but it's more of a funny background thing.
It's like, I mean, it's kind of like no different than the vast majority of romances in shonen battle shows.
Yeah. I guess Dress Up Darling, I'm surprised they didn't give to that because that's the Crunchyroll show, but this was the best romance out of this list. So.
But again, Fragrant Flower had a huge fan base before the anime even came out, so I can't say I'm that surprised.
True.
I was hearing about it long before the anime actually came out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was inspired by Attack on Titan. Can't you tell?
Yeah. I can tell just by watching him stand next to her. Well, yeah, he's clearly Bertold. I mean, come on.
I love the fan art where they get the fucking perspectives wrong and she's like up to his like fucking waist. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Moving on though. Best comedy anime, Dandadan.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because honestly, out of the rest here, Dress Up Darling is probably the closest competitor. Because this season of Spy Family was surprisingly dark.
Yeah, well, Dress Up Darling was more rom-com comedy. And then, yeah, Spy Family was a lot more serious than the previous seasons. And, like, Ranma has its moments, but I've definitely seen funnier anime.
Well, Ranma's like an 80s slapstick anime. Like, it's very much what it is.
Just with modern animation, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dandadan actually, like, I, like, full-on laughed. In multiple parts of this show, this past season specifically. So yeah,
it's such a contrast from its first season. Like, because its first season, sure. I was like, this is dull.
Well, I think in context, like now that all of it's out, if you just look at both seasons as just one season and watch it all together, like it kind of like retroactively like makes you feel better about season one.
Yeah, still hate that opening, but that's a me thing.
Yeah, that's a you problem, bud.
I'm aware. I'm aware. All right, best action anime, sure.
Solo Leveling, all right,
yeah, sure.
I think honestly, any of these could have taken it, but
yeah, I think I voted Kaiju because I liked Kaiju's battle sequences, but this, yeah, sure. I mean, hell, Academia could have also won it. Realistically,
yeah, Academia was bringing some serious action scenes.
Yeah, this could be.
So was Gachi Akuda.
To me, this is just the Solo Leveling fans they're voting for whatever they could.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, yeah, that's fine. Best Isekai. This one I have no fucking idea because this category was pretty bad, all things considered.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Oh, it's the one I have no fucking idea. Good, great.
Campfire Cooking deserved it. I don't care what anybody says.
Or the according to Alex, this the dad's been reincarnated one is apparently amazing as well.
I've heard that one is good too, but I haven't seen. I've seen Campfire Cooking, Twisted Wonderland. Obviously, I didn't watch the Konosuba like single episode.
Nobody did. It's not out yet, except unless you bought the DVD, apparently.
And Zenshu, I like Zenshu, but
Zenshu's fine, but compared
Campfire
to
Cooking is just so much fun.
see, I guarantee you they didn't. This one didn't get it because it's a Sentai show, and those just don't go well together. Sentai and
Well, look,
Crunchyroll.
if enough people vote for it, it doesn't matter because obviously Netflix won a previous one. So
I guarantee. See, I guarantee with this category, this was a strong case of people scrolled down and went,
I've seen this one around.
They're like, oh, I know that one, I guess. And then they clicked on that and moved on.
They just say, oh, I've heard of ReZero. Click.
Yeah. Because I'm like sitting here
Pretty
like,
much.
I don't know. All right.
I still find it interesting that Disney even made it on there.
There wasn't a lot to work with this season, I guess.
There was. What do you mean? There's like 1 million isekais every yeyear.
The most of them were shit. That's the problem.
Yeah, and some of the ones on this list are shit.
I mean, the Disney one, I guess. Is that the shit one?
Yeah, it was disappointing. It was very
Okay.
disappointing.
Because I'm gonna
It had
say
the Disney logo on it. It was disappointing.
So I'm gonna say ReZero has fans. I know that. This one was
I'm
here
not
because they
interested.
clearly didn't. I don't know why this is here, to be honest. The Konosuba. I've heard this one's great. The bureaucrat one. Yeah, that's probably it though.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on to best drama. Hell yeah,
Apothecary.
that deserved it.
Yes. Although I do think Hikaru and Takapi actually are strong contenders. I still think Apothecary deserves it because it's just so good.
It deserved something.
But Hikaru and Takapi are both like watching both of those shows, I was like, what the fuck? Like, especially Takapi, like that was the most outrageous 6 episodes of anime I've ever watched.
Yeah. Okay, well, that one, I think that's what we expected, but I'm happy for it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Best slice of life. This one I'm curious about. Okay.
It's kind of a stretch, but okay.
I mean,
I feel like this past season wasn't very slice of lifey.
the parts that were.
Yeah, but like when you think about like the Lloyd backstory, the bus hijacking, the whole like defector arc, like none of that was slice of lifey. It was all very plotty.
I guess.
So I mean,
this.
I guess
To be fair, Franklin Flower was way more of a romance than a slice of life.
I would have said Dress Up Darling, honestly.
Dress Up Darling, definitely fits slice of life, even though it is more inherently romance. But it's definitely that one's a kind of a hybrid because it's also comedy. I didn't
It's a
watch any of
rom-com.
those, so I couldn't.
The rom-coms are basically slice of life.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me though, because that Spy Family has a lot of fans, and this was one of the few things it was probably going to win. Best main character. Let's see. Yay! Best girl won.
Yes, as she should. As she should. I'm honestly shocked that that Midoriya didn't take this.
Yeah, because he was very strong this most recent season too.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, I'm still annoyed Dandadan got 2 fucking spaces here.
Yeah, it's pretty bullshit.
I get they're both mains, but like,
Freaking what's his name? The kaiju guy should have had a spot.
Oh, Kafka. Yeah.
Also, not to jump ahead, but I'm just saying if Momo and Okarun are both main character, then fucking Deku and Bakugo are both main character. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. Well, the list makers are they do their job, I guess. Mamo won though. That's what we all wanted.
True.
Best supporting character.
Speaking of,
Yeah, there's Bakugo. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one
I,
season where I feel like he deserved it. So, also
but
this one fucking
he shouldn't
Don
even be
Don.
on the list.
I know. Also, Don Don and Apothecary have fucking like multiple spaces in this category. Like, really?
I think Gigi should have taken that one.
Yeah. Hell, even Jinji had right had reason. I think I voted for Turbo Granny, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Uh,
Because I think we were both having this whole discussion about how like most of the people on this list aren't supporting characters.
yeah. They should have also just restricted it to one per series. Then I wouldn't have been as mad about Bakugo being here.
True.
But
True.
yeah, I mean that's fine. I was expecting him to win.
Just give it to Belly Button Laser Kid.
I don't know. I kept calling him Dick Laser. So. And Alex was like, "It's coming out of his belly button." I'm like, "Yeah, but he gyrates his hips. Like, what does it look like?"
Classic.
All right. This, yeah, expected. Best must protect at all cost character. Yeah.
Yeah, for the third time in a row, or not in a row, because I think there was a season there where we didn't. Oh wait, no, because we had the movie one of those. Yeah, so I think it's like the fourth time in a row. It's been her.
I get it. It's Anya Forger for anyone.
I still think Suika deserved it this season, but okay.
See, I was more annoyed by the fact that like Mao Mao doesn't belong on this. She's fine. She can take care of herself. Zuko definitely doesn't belong on this.
No.
What crack were they smoking here?
Wagari, she could be there.
Yeah.
And Suika deserved it with the shit she went through in that last season.
If anything, Anya was pretty like strong-willed in this series. I mean, she wore a fucking bomb around her neck that may or may not have had an actual bomb in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the one like actual like moment of danger she had, she kind of had that situation under control.
Yeah, she was making poop jokes the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expected though.
Hmm.
All right. Best anime song. Iris Out.
Iris Out.
Yeah,
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I'm kind of like. Also, I was a little annoyed. Chainsaw Man got two things here, but the better song got one, so that's fine. Yeah, because I think the song I voted for was "On the Way" from Don Don season 2, but
yeah,
these were all probably
it's
fine.
Fine though. It's fine. Iris Out's a good song. My daughter loves it.
Nice. Best anime score. Yeah, whatever.
Demon Slayer. I will say Demon Slayer does have good music.
It does, but I have not seen it, so I can't comment.
But I also just love the sound of like the ancient like Chinese music. So like Apothecary Diaries just automatically is like a step above for me.
Yeah, I mean,
and Don Don had fucking Dragon Force, so
sure did.
I don't know. And Gachi Akira has a great soundtrack too. Honestly,
Soul Leveling has a great soundtrack too.
Yeah,
Chainsaw Man did. They all did.
Honestly, they were all contenders. Maybe I'm judging Demon Slayer because they still haven't put it somewhere where I can watch it without paying $20. But
I mean, I do like Goshina's work, so there's something there, I guess. Mm-hmm.
But
best opening sequence, On the Way. I think that's the one we voted for.
Yeah, I think yeah, we both agreed that this one should take it. So I'm okay with this.
Because the only real like close contender for me was like Wakar. From
Waker was good. I'm trying to think. Mirage, I actually listened to that song, and that is a really interesting. You should, if you haven't listened to it, you should listen to the song.
I'm not gonna lie, this kind of keeps me from wanting to.
No, they do something really interesting where they give it like a Spanish sound. It's really cool.
Okay, I'll think about it. They almost made me not watch Don to Don. I'm just saying.
Hey, just because you didn't like the one song doesn't mean they're a bad band.
I know. Uh, all right. So this one I was expecting.
Hmm.
And then, of course, outro. This is the one I voted for. So nice.
Yeah, I'm also okay with this. I mean, there was other ones on there that I also did really like.
Beautiful colors. I mean, I was very on the edge with
Yeah,
that one too.
beautiful colors, definitely not fucking solo leveling feet song.
Like you don't like getting cucked by the feet every fucking episode.
No, no.
See,
um,
me and Alex joked about this recently about how like the difference between getting cucked by the feet and then like the ominous drum beat from not Donda Donna Oshinoko season 2.
yeah. Well, they do that in every season. It's just a different song every time. But like, yeah, it's just every time we hear that song, we're like, no, you fucking don't you fucking do it.
Well, yeah, because in Oshinoko when you start hearing the burning drum beat and you're like, no, I'm not ready yet, not
Yeah,
yet,
I'm not ready.
because they like tease you with it. You're like,
I
oh
don't
no.
want to wait another week.
I, I don't like the song as much, but I will say the one in season 3 as well is really effective because you like hear the static, and then like the kind of the like whine coming in first before it cuts to the camera reel coming in. And you're like, oh, credits, no.
Yeah, and I do like the song. The song is good.
The song is really good. I love it. I've come really far around on the opening for season 3.
Agreed.
Like I
Opening
really,
and ending, honestly, I like them both.
they are. I don't think they're as good as season 2, but they're like growing on me a lot.
Yeah, the songs in Oshinoko definitely hit.
I did find it weird that Dress Up Darling Kawaii Kawaii was here, but then which is a fine song, but I don't really care for it that much. But then Dress Up Darling didn't get for the opening because I thought the opening, excuse me, song was much better.
Hmm.
All right. So yeah, that was expected.
Yeah,
That was a very good ending because it really did fit the journey of watching all of My Hero though.
for sure.
All right, best voice performance Japanese. Good for Mau Mau's
Oh,
Japanese VA. I think we both voted for the One Piece lady because she's
yeah,
put in
just
the
because
work.
good for her.
I mean, yeah, Mau Mau's VA pretty good.
Although next year when that comes up and fucking Masako Nozawa's on that list, she's getting the vote.
Mm,
Fucking that old biddy is still screaming her lungs off.
sure is. All right, and then best voice performance Arabic. Good for them.
Interesting.
Good for them. Um, it's
Are we really gonna go through all the different languages?
sure. uh, no, let's scroll through. I'll just kind of observe. Good for them. Sure. Okay, English.
Same guy.
Okay.
The Demon Slayer dude.
I
The
think
dude
I
who
voted
killed my favorite character in Demon Slayer. Good.
fun. I think I voted for Justin. It was for me. It was either Justin or Emmy Lau from Pocket Theory Diaries. I think you
Honestly, for
voted for
me,
you voted for
Alexis
Alexis.
Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's fine.
But yeah, that's the
Steam.
results.
Oh,
It's all just
in
more
France it won.
languages.
Oh, Jinchi's
Yeah, a whole
VA
lot
won.
of
Hell yeah.
Demon Slayer.
All right. So that was the anime awards. We were sort of right on some of them.
I was right on a lot of them, actually. A surprise. Some of
I didn't-
them not so much, but
I didn't watch half the stuff in there, so I couldn't really vote on it.
yeah, the Isekai one was a toss up because we both only watched like one or two out of them. So
Yeah, it was a stretch. It was very
Yeah.
much a stretch.
yeah.
Yeah, so that
So-
was the anime awards. I guess
Now that we're an hour into the episode,
yeah, we should get to our topic.
hopefully that one guy doesn't complain.
I don't think he watches this show. Anyways, so moving on, we're going back to one of our earliest episodes. We're covering the next live action Rurouni Kenshin film.
Yes, the beginning, not to be confused with Origins.
Yeah.
It's not confusing at all.
Well, what's really annoying is these films are literally it's like the first one is Origin, then it's like part 2, part 3, and then they said screw numbering. We're gonna just give it the beginning so everyone gets confused.
Yeah. And then the last one is the final. So
Yeah.
it's Origins, 2, 3, the beginning, and the final. It's so bizarre.
To be fair, you could watch this one first and not be fucked up at all, because you could
Yeah.
watch this and then go into Origin, and it
This
would
one
actually,
literally ends where Origin begins.
yeah, it would actually be a perfect cut in a lot of in all honesty. So that in that case, it's fine, but I guess watching it now, it makes a lot of sense. We do get that reveal because the Kenshin's background has been kind of a mystery throughout the series
Mm-hmm.
by this point. Go on.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, like, as much as like, yes, you could watch it that way with this one first and then go into Origins, but I I feel like there's a certain quality where having like the first 3 installments of just like, oh, just goofy ass Kenshin just doing his goofy Kenshin thing. And like, like yeah, he gets serious sometimes, but he's just a big softy goofball at heart. And then you get into this movie and the 4th installment, you're like, oh.
Yeah, we understand why he was that way.
Yeah.
So I have to say right off the bat, the first 3 movies, for the most part, were very good adaptations, but they did take some liberties here and there.
Mm-hmm.
This one is pretty much spot on to the source material.
There are some differences, like minor differences that I noticed throughout, compared to the Trust and Betrayal OVAs. But
for the most part,
they were minor, and in some ways, I actually liked them more.
Yeah, because it was pretty like note for note. I'm like, oh, it's literally this arc, but live action.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
And I love that they get really heavy into like kind of like the old school blood effects for like samurai movies. Like some of them were just like very clearly like, oh, like they just went back in time and just like picked up a blood effect from an old samurai movie and just put it here. Like I like that.
I gotta say, so obviously we watched it with the dub over, and the dub performance is fine. It's one of the better live actions that does this, the dubbing. I have to say though, from an actor perspective, Takeru Sato, I think is his name, who plays Kenshin, does a phenomenal job still from all these movies.
For sure. A lot of times it was hard to read the woman who's playing Tomoe, but I think that's by design because it's part of the character.
I hate to say this, but it's kind of fucked up. I thought she was what's her name from the first movie for the first few scenes.
Oh, what the doctor chick?
Yeah,
that's fair.
I feel bad because they look very similar, and I'm like, yes, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
See, they didn't really give her. Tomoe has that really distinct like front bang in the anime and the manga.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really give her that here. She just kind of has a side swipe thing, like a lot of the characters in the series. So I was kind of it didn't hit me at first.
Well, that's the thing with this with these particular movies is like they do go out of their way to try and be as accurate as possible, but within realistic limits. And that's where these movies don't fall into the same trap that a lot of other live action anime adaptations do.
Yeah.
They try to make it too much like the anime to a point where it's completely unrealistic.
Well, that's one of the things that Kenshin kind of gets away with, is because Kenshin is like, out of all the manga series from that era, it's like one of the ones that was super down to earth and was very believable.
Mm-hmm, for sure. So like, I'm trying to think back to like the original flashback we got of him killing her fiance,
brutally murdering. Yes,
because I feel like the flashback we got in the first couple movies only showed like the end bit. It's like really drawn out here and like really sad.
There's one thing about it though that annoys the fucking shit out of me.
What's that?
If he had just played dead, Kenshin would have walked away.
Yeah, Cindy was complaining about that too.
He straight up, like, Kenshin was walking away. He threw the thing and was walking away. And then the guy's like, no, I can't die. And I'm just like, you idiot. Like,
well, it's the honorable samurai thing, you know? If he had played dead, he wouldn't have had honor. He would have had to commit seppuku or some shit. You
I know
know,
the acting was so goofy there, though. I was like, no, come on, man.
no, for sure. I mean, it's just kind of one of those things.
And then like Kenshin
Um,
like slashes him across, and then immediately starts walking away again. The guy's like, "No, my honor!" And he turns into fucking Zuko from fucking Avatar,
yeah,
and
right.
and just gets murked. And I'm like, it felt very
Yeah,
unnecessary.
shut him down real fast. Um, so I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but the Saito's like little protege there, the one with like the reverse mohawk,
Yeah, that was a choice.
he survives, doesn't he? 'Cause I feel like he like Kenshin like came real close to killing him, and then Saito and all them showed up, and then I feel like we saw him in another scene later, and he was like okay.
I didn't
But like
notice. To be honest.
I had like a weird false memory in my head where Kenshin kills him, but then I'm pretty sure I saw him in a later scene. And I was really confused.
Yeah. I do have to say that opening scene, like the opening scene, like right at the start, where Kenshin's like tied up, and
That was badass. I love that scene.
the guy's like, "He bit off my ear."
He has straight Mike Tyson that dude.
I was like, "Holy shit!" I like how he just defiantly spits it out to him. Like, Jesus Christ, old Kenshin was a fucking savage.
Yeah, for real. He fucking killed most of these dudes while with his literal hands tied behind his back.
I love the underreaction from all the other samurais too, where he gets up and they're like, "Oh no, we're not gonna run. Oh no, he's got a sword. What do we
Again,
do?"
again, samurai honor.
They could have like cut him up. Like Jesus Christ, they were like not even trying.
But he's very skilled, and he's a demon. Didn't you hear them? They're
I know.
scared because he's a demon.
It's when you just put like common sense and logic, like modern day common sense and logic to these things. You're just like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
This was easily preventable.
true. But I mean, just gotta figure these things happen very, very fast. It's very easy to go fucking deer in the headlights in a situation like that.
True. Very true. Um,
Um, so
so
one thing that I did like, because correct me if I'm mistaken, because it's been a little bit since I watched the Trust and Betrayal special.
yes.
In the original, they never blatantly said like, "Yeah, we're actually together," right? Because in this movie, we get like a build up to their relationship before they actually get sent away to that shack. And like by the time they're actually talking about doing a fake marriage thing, he's blatantly like, "No, I want to like actually be with you." And I don't think that happened in the original.
In the anime, when they get sent off, he just flat out the guy who sends them out is like, all right, so you're gonna be husband and wife, just go. That's kind of just what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah,
And then they hang out for a bit and then bang, and then yeah, that's it.
yeah, yeah.
It's very ineloquent because the Trust and Betrayal DVD is good, but like it also like doesn't convince me about those two really being a thing all the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's only so much because I mean they lived together for a while. Like they were living in that shack for like a good 6 months, I think.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that like Kenshin's VA in the Trust and Betrayal OVA was not the best.
Who does the dub voiceover for Kenshin here in
Yeah,
these
so
movies?
in these movies, fucking Wikipedia doesn't have it. One second here.
Because
1 second, because why would Wikipedia be helpful?
he does a really good job, and then obviously there's a lot of like funny actors or Crunchyroll actors, I guess, in these movies. Because it's the dude who plays Reiner, I think, who plays Saito, right?
Yes,
Or
yes.
Goten.
I believe because I know this isn't helpful. God damn it.
Let
Oh,
me see.
1 second, 1 second. I figured out why. It's because fucking Google auto corrected on me. Ugh. There we go. God damn. The beginning. There we go. Found it. It is Mika Solosod, I think is his name. That's how it's pronounced.
Oh,
He is. He was Evans in Soul Eater.
Oh,
Oh, and he's Yuno in Black Clover.
Evans. So he's Soul.
Yes, yep. And then he's
So yeah, he was the dude that fucking Frieza killed at the beginning of Resurrection F.
yep, and he's Yuno in Black Clover.
Right, the rival kid, right?
The Sasuke who isn't a dickhead. Yes.
Yes. Okay. It's interesting. Yeah, I was trying to find the full list, but it wasn't.
There isn't a convenient behind the VA's listing.
It said Alex Lee played one of the characters, but I'm not sure which one.
And she. Oh, the little brother.
The kid?
Yeah.
They got that dude with his fucking deep ass voice to play the kid?
This was 2021, so he was younger.
That was only 5 years ago.
You'd be amazed. Voices can change.
I guess. How old is Alex Lee? I didn't think he was that young.
I don't know. I mean, he's got range.
It's been around for a bit.
Either way.
That was another thing too that I noticed is the little brother wasn't watching from the bushes like he was before, like watching his sister die.
Oh, actually, that might be his adult. Honestly, that might be listing for his adult form.
Maybe, but
in the next
we don't
film.
see him in that.
And she was the main villain.
Yeah, no, I'm saying in this movie we don't see his adult self.
Well, no, I think this is just a general list of all the characters. That's why
okay.
Because Kaoru's on this list and she's not in this movie at all.
Nope. Nope. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out who played Tomoe. Tomoe, yeah. It's all right. The dub fucked her name up too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in trouble. Well, it was actually funny too because me and Cindy were watching. Well, we tried to watch it last night. We got like 40 minutes in, and it was late, so we were gonna fall asleep, so we turned it off. And I watched the rest this morning. But we were watching it, and like they kept calling him Batosai, and she's like, "How are you actually supposed to say it? Is it Batosai or Batosai?" And it's like, I'm pretty sure this is the actual way you're supposed to say it.
Yeah.
What she's comparing it to is the 90s dub, and they weren't exactly culturally accurate back then. So
no, they flubbed most of their lines in that dub.
Yeah.
She's played by Susie Young.
I don't know her credits.
Let me see here. She's a character in Black Clover. I don't remember at the moment.
Okay. You said Susie
Young? she was the Warhammer Titan in Attack on Titan.
Oh, that's fun.
The one who got eaten.
Very quickly, yeah. She had very few lines.
She's in a whole lot of stuff.
She plays Makima.
Oh. Okay then.
Okay.
Now
I got an idea what we're working with. All right. That actually that fits.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this.
Anyways,
so yeah, just like the random fight scenes of just him going nuts and shit. Like it's so bizarre seeing this character in this mental state. Like just
because we're so used to his subdued normal portrayal.
And so jumping forward to like that final like battle, well, not final, but like the scene with the snow scene.
Yes.
Was there like, I feel like in the original special it was just like, oh, I'm here waiting for you, and now we're gonna have this duel. But here, like, they had like multiple people like set up to like shoot him with arrows and do all these weapons, and they had all these traps set up, like a bunch of like logs and shit falling from the trees, and they had like this fucking, I don't even know what the hell it was, like this yellow cloud of shit. It just kind of, it was like a smoke bomb, but it like was there specifically to blind him. I don't know what it was, but
what if it was like a sulfur bomb or something?
but like I like that aspect of it. Like the end of that fight, he was just straight up blind, and like that was how it ended up happening because she had like kind of just come around and she held the dude's like arm back, his sword arm, and that was how they both got slashed together.
Yeah, because it's a lot more. It was a lot more quick and a lot less dramatic in this. Because in the anime, they like the OVA, they like draw that out. And you're like, oh shit. And
Yeah.
then you get the little brother in the bushes going, oh no, I'm gonna
What have
plot
I
revenge.
done?
I'm gonna plot revenge. um, this one he just disappears and fucks off, and it's just like, oh,
I'm sure we'll get a flashback in the next movie where we see him watching from the bushes and all that. I'm pretty sure both of these movies were made like together,
they were both
like
in
at the same time.
2021. They
Yeah,
had one budget.
that's
Um,
okay. These movies
then,
don't really need outrageous budgets because they just do so well with what they have.
yeah, and this film also benefited by a lot of it being filmed in that shack out in the woods and in the snow. So
True. I actually wasn't that much of the movie, honestly.
it was like the second half. The
It
movie's
was
like
like it
just
was like
under
the
two
back
hours.
40 minutes, but even that is hard to say because a lot of it was also like that big battle in the snow, like after they left the shack and he was following her and all that. So
Yeah.
also,
Um,
who was the traitor here? Because I got really confused about that. Because I had an idea that it was that guy that he was talking to for most of the movie. And then I feel like this this could just be a fuck up like how you did with the medicine lady. But I thought that it was the same dude who was sitting him down being like, yeah, so this dude was the traitor, and I'm sorry about Tomoe, and I need you to still go out and fight people. Like I thought that was the same dude he'd been talking to the whole time,
wasn't that
who
the
I assumed was the
implication?
traitor.
Wasn't that the implication in like Trust and Betrayal? Because then he gets murked by the next
Yeah,
Baptist guy.
because Shishio kills him,
Yeah.
and I thought it was like the big like guy who ended up becoming like the leader of the government, who was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that happened." This guy was actually pulling the strings behind the whole thing, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly clear. It's weird how this movie was very accurate to the source material, but at the same time, it was a little kind of confusing.
I think a part of it is just because it's hard to, especially with like the old, like mid 1800s look to it. Like everyone's wearing like the same kinds of kimonos, and
It's a very dark film. There was not a lot of color in this film.
no, there was no. I mean, that's by design because it's supposed to be very, bleak throughout the whole thing.
Well, it fits for a flashback too, because like
I
you
did
don't
love
even.
that. Hmm?
Well, it's a big thing is like we don't even see Kenshin's like trademark red hair like much in this.
Yeah, he doesn't. That's the thing I noticed too. Is his hair is much darker. I think I could be mistaken about this. I think that's because he's getting sprayed with so much blood that his hair has a natural darker tone to it.
It's
And
possible.
then like it could be also partly a symbolic thing because the more time he spends in the light, metaphorically, the lighter his hair gets.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
think it's
also
partially.
literally.
Yeah, I think it's also partially the way the film is filmed. It's very dark.
Yeah. Not that I think that his hair wasn't like super red in the earlier movies, but it was definitely lighter.
It's redder than the actual actor's hair is naturally. So,
Yeah, for sure.
um,
I did really like the scene in the bar when he first like encounters Tomoe, where like those
like he makes that one like asshole shit himself, basically.
yeah, because they're both people who are technically on his side of the war, but they're just being the biggest dicks about the whole thing. And they're like, "Oh, you guys have no clue how close someone came to dying." And then Kenshin just like mutters like, "Yeah, someone was about to die." They're like, "What was that?" And then he just completely humbles them in like 2 seconds flat.
Yeah. Um, I really like the training scene too, like where he's first like joining the whatever the military is there.
Yeah, it was cool that it showed that. I was surprised we didn't see any of his master, like the little scene of him being like, "I'm gonna go join the war."
I wonder if we're gonna get that at all.
At this point, probably not, because I don't. I mean, again, we haven't read the last arc, and it's never been adapted until this live action movie that's coming up. So
True.
I don't know if he ever shows up in that arc. So it might just be the Shishio stuff that he's around for.
Maybe.
Not sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm kind of
overall,
surprised
though,
we didn't see the dude from the first movie. You know, the dude with the paralyzed eyes and like the Raiden hat.
oh yeah, yeah. I think they kind of forgot
Remember,
about that.
because he picks up Kenshin's sword at the end of that last battle, and he like becomes the Batosai or whatever.
They probably forgot about that, or it wasn't important at the time.
I guess I just figured it would have been, you know, important in like I mean, we see multiple other people throughout this. You know, like obviously we see Saito a lot, and so I just assumed that, you know, it would have been even just like showing him picking up the sword at the end or something. You know.
See, what I wonder is because these movies were made later in time, and the first movie, because that whole scene is basically original to these movies. It wasn't really in the anime or the manga.
Right.
I wonder if because these films probably had slightly different production teams. I wonder if they didn't really look at the older films. They just looked at the source material and just kind of went off of that, but like got like minor things and then missed a few things here or there.
I suppose that's possible. There's really not that much time because the first movie came out in what 2012. So there's not
Right.
that much time between the two movies. 9 years, you know,
Yeah,
considering there was three movies and like before the first one came out in 2012, and then there was two more movies that came out after in between. And
true. There was also though too that the production team was split in half, and a lot of the people might have been working on the other movie.
that's true. That's true.
It's just a minor thing. It probably wasn't important enough to really include, so that's why they didn't.
It is exceedingly rare though for any live action adaptation of an anime to essentially tell the entire story of the manga like that.
That's the weird thing about the Kenshin anime, the Kenshin live action, is that it's like it's probably because it's super cheap to make.
Yeah.
Because they don't need to do a lot of really ridiculous shit,
It's mostly the choreography that they have to get down.
which is the highlight of it, honestly.
Oh, for sure.
And I think because the first two or three were very well received, that it just kind of made it easy to do them all.
Hmm. Honestly, I think like as I was watching it, I was thinking like this is like one of like the perfect like if you wanted to watch like a more modern samurai movie, but that definitely is heavily inspired by like classic samurai movies. This is like the best thing to watch. Is this exact movie?
The shameful part of it is the fact that these films are really hard to recommend to people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to give the history to people. It's not
You
like
don't
watching it on Netflix is giving him money.
you don't have to, but when you search it up, that's generally the first thing that comes up.
True.
And that can be a deal breaker for a lot of people, which is fair because the author for the series is.
Was he involved in the movies at all, or whether did they just make it on their own?
I assume he was probably involved with like the first couple because that was before he got outed.
Hmm.
He didn't write the screenplay for these, as far as I can tell.
He's not like an executive producer or anything.
No.
Well, if he wasn't involved in the making of the movies, then I think it's okay.
Yeah. Now the only point he pops up is it's based on Rurouni Kenshin by I'm not saying his name.
So I think it's safe then. It's safe.
No, I'm not saying his name just because fuck
people.
Yeah,
no, I'm saying it's safe to recommend.
Yeah, I mean you can recommend him, but it's one of those things where you're like you can recommend him, but don't be surprised if you're the people you recommend to come back and are like, no, not watching that. That guy sucks. Which you can respond, yes, he does, but the story is good. It's an unfortunate thing where an awful human being creates a piece of art that stands the test of time like this.
Unfortunately, it's a very common thing when it comes to creatives.
Yeah, this is like probably one of the most notable ones in Japan, though.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because of that story.
Yeah, no
Um,
kidding.
but no, I like this one. This was honestly better than because I think out of the previous the ones that cover the Kyoto arc, I feel like those were that was like an unfortunate case where because they were split in two, the way it kind of ended felt kind of like, huh?
Well, for me, it was more the second one that felt kind of like meh. And part of that was because we did have a good amount of time between watching the second. Like, if we just watched two and three together, like over the course of like, a couple days or even all once, if we really felt that motivated, I think I would have felt better about the second movie.
Hmm.
Um, but whereas the first one works perfectly fine as a self-contained story, and as does this one, those are definitely the better ones for that
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, and then I think the final. I have high hopes for the final. I don't know when we're gonna get to it, but
I feel like now that we've done this one, I feel like we should probably do it like we should have as much time between as we did with the last one and this one. Doesn't have to be like immediate, but I think we should do it on the sooner side.
okay, so don't go like as long, but we don't need to do it right away because
Yeah.
I will say I probably need a break from these movies because these are good movies, but they're
Yeah.
slow to watch. I will say.
But they don't like they're like they take their time, right? But I don't think they drag.
They don't drag. This I will say this movie in particular is long. Like it
Yeah.
feels long.
Well, it's
Um,
because it's one of those like, cursed love story kind of movies.
yeah, yeah. It's an
Um,
interesting. It's interesting in the context of the series because by this point you don't really know Kenshin as that character, and then you see him as that character, and you go, "Oh my, he
yeah,
was."
pretty much. Which is exactly the reaction I had when I watched the 90s series and then watched Trust and Betrayal. I was like, oh God.
Let's see. I watched Church of Betrayal right after finishing the '90s series, which was just after finishing the fucking filler garbage. And I
Hmm.
immediately go into that. I'm like, I was first off like, why is Kenshin a robot now? Like both in terms of the character and his voice actor. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and then I watched Reflections, and I was like, what the fuck am I even? What are we even
What am
doing?
I watching? All
Ugh.
right, so that settles it. The entire movie franchise is a bust if the final doesn't end with Kaoru dying of syphilis.
Syphilis, and his son being all like, my dad sucks, but I'm gonna get
The
laid with
end.
this random girl here. But I found this random girl who looks just like my mom, and I'm just like, okay, buddy,
Japan.
you do you. And then it's more just the artists only being able to draw like two women in that series.
Yeah, but no, I definitely think this is a great movie. I thought it was good.
Yeah, no, I
It
enjoyed
works
it.
perfectly well on its own too. So it's not like you don't have to watch the first three movies to watch this. It's perfectly fine on its own.
It's probably my second favorite behind the first one.
Agreed. I do think the third one was great with like the crescendo of that whole arc, but that one you have to watch the second one first, which kind of bogs it down a bit.
Yeah, yeah, because you can't jump in and be like, why is Karu captured?
Yeah, right.
And who's this fireman?
For real. I'm trying to remember what at the end of the third one did like a fire just happen to start and he caught on fire, or did they do the whole my body temperature is too high and I just burst like spontaneously combusted?
Uh, good question.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. That's like for a series that's for the most part pretty could be a real thing. Shishio is definitely the one place where you're just like, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
a lot of the stuff with Shishio is a bit of a stretch. Like, yes, my katana has a serrated blade that when I cut my enemies, it traps their body fat, and then I can light it later, and then I have a fire sword. Like, that's not how that works, buddy.
Uh, and also, I can just burst into flames and it doesn't burn me because
It's
I'm
like, yeah,
already.
I gotta pour water on myself regularly, or I'll just spontaneously combust.
Jesus.
Makes sense why he was so moist, despite not having sweat glands.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. The more you think about the whole Shishio stuff, you're like,
Yeah, Shishi is the one odd duck when it comes to the realism of this series.
yeah. Yeah. That's for sure.
But
Uh, but yeah, I
this
guess
ended up being a much more regular length episode than I was expecting. I thought it was going to go much longer.
yeah, because ironically, there wasn't much to say about this film for the fact that it was literally pretty much a copy paste of the manga and OVA.
Yeah, I think the next movie we're gonna have a lot more to say about it because it's gonna be completely fresh for the both of us, aside from the little snippets we got from Reflections.
Yeah, that like the heavily abridged version in Reflections.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking forward
the
to it
word
though.
the word clip show.
Yeah, gotta read the manga at some point too because I want to see the actual what happens.
Yeah, for sure. I started it a while back. I think I stopped. I was reading it digitally. I think I stopped like right when the Shishio stuff was about to start, and I just fell off and never went back to it.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
I just have so much trouble reading stuff like that digitally, especially when it's all there. You know, like if I'm reading it like week to week or month to month, like it's a lot easier for me to keep up.
Yeah,
But if it's just like straight, like, oh, here's like 150 chapters of the series to go nuts, and I'm just
have
like,
fun.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, I get that.
I need physicals.
Fair. Yeah, I guess we can wrap it up now, though. Once again, guys, thank you for joining us on Geek Addicts. You can find Geek Addicts on all the major podcasting platforms. And be sure to check us out on the Superpod Network, superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site where you can find all sorts of different videos, blogs, podcasts, whole bunch of awesome creators over there to check out. But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all later.
Have a good one.